Good morning, everybody. This is Daniel from Sony. I'm here at the wonderful Profusion show. It is wonderful to be right back live and in person after 3 years of being away. And what I'm here with is I'm here with two very exciting new products that I think is going to make a big, big difference to video shooters, those starting out and those that just want to have something that works really, really well as a hybrid. So I have this beautiful brand new Sony FX30. It is incredibly reliable, beautiful image quality, as well as a brand new full frame 61 megapixel 8K capable Sony A7RV. Two great new products. The FX30 in particular, I absolutely appreciate because I think this is a great gateway for people that are getting very serious in the industry, shooting both narrative and commercial work. Students that are just getting into filming as well. It is phenomenal. Two things that I appreciate about this body is, of course, the quality that comes out of it. It is a 26 megapixel sensor which down samples and gives you an amazing image quality up to 4K 120. Another great thing about this that I love is the reliability. So this camera does have a nice built-in fan. I know in the past couple of years there has been a lot of releases of cameras that have exciting specs, but when it comes down to it, they may not have the reliability. And when you're out there on the job, that's one of the most important things that you have, that you need, is that reliability. So this camera has a built-in fan so that it can actually dissipate heat along with the heat sink that it has to make sure that if you have to record all day, it's not going to be an issue. As long as you have battery life, as long as you have memory card space, there will be absolutely no problem. Of course, we do have this as an option with both the XLR input, which goes right on top, or without. You will save quite a few $100, but it is always nice to have that XLR option for higher quality audio. So I think that's very, very important. Now, when it comes to the A7R5, a couple of new things of technology that it has is that it does still have the same sensor as the last generation, but it does add a brand new artificial intelligence processing engine. The great thing about that is that it significantly improves the autofocusing performance on that. The benefit of that is that over the real-time autofocusing system is that it actually recognizes a person as a figure, and it's able to determine where they are moving within the scene. So even if you have someone moving back, like the videographer is right now, to record, it'll actually figure out that he is a person, it'll figure out where his limbs are, and it'll continue to focus. Both of these cameras do feature the breathing focus compensation mode, so that means that any lens that you put on as long it is as it is one of those Sony lenses, it's going to give you cinematic breathing focus compensation and making sure that everything is to the highest specifications for focusing as necessary. The wonderful thing that I absolutely love about this camera as well when it comes to video is the brand new articulating LCD. It doesn't just flip out, it doesn't just flip to the side, it does both at the same time. So the great thing about this is that when it comes to cable management, you're not going to get stuck. I wish you could actually see the videographer's setup right here. It is beautiful, but if he wants to pop up the LCD, it is getting in his way. It's not going to be a problem with this beautiful, beautiful camera system over here. So perfect hybrid of photo and video, now shooting at 10-bit up to 8K. It is able to do 10 bits, 60 frames per second at 4K. Not a problem with that, and it's going to give you just absolutely beautiful image quality all throughout. No.
Awesome. Perfect. Deal.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good. My name is Patrick Chan with Sony of Canada. I'm going to be telling you all about the A7R5 today. One of the most incredible features and one of the biggest advancements that we have in our camera is the new AI processor. The AI processor actually allows us to do a lot of things, but one of the major things is subject recognition. So not only can we recognize humans like Sarah here, but we can also recognize animals and birds, which we could do before, but it's much, much greater now. We've added thousands of more animals and birds that it can recognize. So we can do animals, we can do birds, we can do humans. We can also now track planes, we can track cars, we can track trains. Did I say trains already? Oh, it didn't? Okay. So planes, trains, and automobiles we can track, right? But not only that, for a world's first, we'll be able to recognize insects by their head and their body. Like, I'm really into macro photography, and insects are part of that macro world, right? So imagine being able to track a dragonfly in flight. I know that's one of the pictures I always try to achieve. I get it, but not without a lot of effort. this camera will allow anybody to do it extremely easy, right? So let me demonstrate the human subject recognition for you and tell you a little bit more about it, because when it comes to subject recognition, the human AI tracking system is the most advanced overall, right? So can you see the screen here, Ken?
It's off right now. But
It is? Okay, let me just turn it
okay,
on.
I
You can see it right now?
Yeah.
So you see the frame around the face, right? So as soon as I start autofocus, I'm gonna hit this autofocus back button here. So you can see it's tracking her eye, right? So that's probably not a surprise to you. Most cameras these days, actually, most of anything these days will be able to track a face, and some of them will be able to track the eyes. But the A7R5 not only tracks the face and the eyes, but is able to see Sarah's arms, her legs, her elbows, her knees, be able to track her entire body, and be able to see what we call the human pose. And based on that human pose, we can tell that, hey, the subject you're pointing at is a human, right? So challenging things that you, challenging scenes where it'll be hard for you to focus in the past makes it much easier in this camera. So Sarah, would you mind doing us a little walk and then turning away from us? Right. So this is pretty easy, right? But you can see even when she turns away, when barely her eye is being seen, it's still be able to track her, right? No other camera in this building will be able to do that. So if you turn completely away from us, Sarah, yeah. So even it knows it's a human and be able to track the body. You see how it jumps right to her head, even though she's not facing us, but still be able to see that this is a human and track her head, right? It might be a little bit too close right now, but maybe if you don't keep your arms, thanks. Yeah. So now, yeah. So now you see that when she put her arms down, it was able to see her arms, being able to see her elbows. Now it says like, hey, that's a human that I'm looking at. Even with her eye just peeking through, it was able to focus on it. It knew it's human and it's still trying to track that. You see, she just, her eye, as soon as it peeks through, it jumps right through that. That's the power of a new AI processor. We actually have 3 processors in this camera. There's 2 dedicated imaging processor. We call that our dual Beyonce XR processor. Actually, it's the same processor we feature in our flagship A1. But this is the first camera we're featuring that new AI processor. And that AI processor allows us to track subjects exponentially better than we were able to do before, right? So if you can imagine like a forest scene where you have you want to do a wide vista of an entire forest, and we have Sarah there far off in the vista. If you hired a model, you can get her to stay there, move that autofocus point to her, and then focus on her pretty easily, right? But imagine in a scene, like say a wedding, where you want to catch someone, you don't have time to move that autofocus point. You'll lose that moment. But with face detection and eye autofocus, if that subject's too small or is looking down or is backlit, you wouldn't be able to track them. But here, because it'll be able to see the arms and the legs and the body and know it's human, if you have human priority on it, it'll jump right to them, right? I set this up earlier to be able to have tracking there, is it not? Yep. So you see that orange box under here? So if I stand up here with her, do you see 2 boxes now? Yeah. Oh, I'm on frame? Yeah. That's okay. So you see a box on me and a box on her, right? If you use the joystick, you can move that orange line from her to me and select your subject, right? So let me show you. So you see that box around her face and the orange line? That's how you choose your subject. So I'm going to hit enter, and now it's just going to track her no matter where she goes. So even if I walk in, yep, I've locked it on her. So even if I'm here, it's just going to focus on her, right? So if I'm in front of her, and maybe you can duck down, and then I'm hiding her, as soon as she comes back, it'll just jump right back to her, right? Because we've chosen the subject that we want to focus on, and it automatically jumps back to her, right? So that's the human subject. We can actually be able to track a subject by their face and their eyes and their body. So if you want to track one individual, then you'll be able to do that extremely easy. So, earlier I kind of talked to you about like a wedding photography. So if you're a wedding photographer, a good thing to do is to register the face of your model. I mean, your bride. Exactly. So, and actually that's pretty easy. Maybe I'll just show you quickly. So if I hit menu, I can go into this autofocus menu, go into subject recognition, and then if I go to face memory here, you see I can add faces here, right? Oh, wow. So I go add face, register face. So I just move her into frame, take a quick picture, right? And then go register it. So basically, this is kind of like machine learning. But the beauty of it is I've temporarily added a face to the database. So that's what the AI processor is all about. We have thousands and thousands, millions of pictures of humans in there. So the camera looks at it, looks at the database, like, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? And says, okay, it's a human. But now I've actually added Sarah to that database, temporarily, of course, right? And then now I'll be able to track it. Actually, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna add another one, and then just take a picture of me, and I'll add the both of us, and I'll be demonstrating. So just have a picture.
Oh, we have it locked on her.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I mean, so we just go into here. I just want to register a face. So go plus, and just put me in there and take a picture. Okay, great. So now I've registered two faces there, myself and Sarah, right? So if so let's go hit register now. Okay, you see two faces there right now, right? So right now, only Sarah's in frame, so you can see that box around her, right?
Yep.
Actually, let me just turn off the touch operation. Maybe if I turn on video, it might be easier. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Because on video, it will actually show the eye without me touching the things. Do you see us tracking the eye right now? Watch what happens when I walk into the frame, because I registered both our faces, but I chose me as the priority. So as soon as I come on, if I turn, does it come to me? Am I in frame?
You are in frame and you're in focus.
Yeah.
But I don't see it tracking your eye.
Does it? But it's on her eye, or?
Now it is. It's the blue box, right?
No, it's a white box.
Oh.
Can you see the one on her eye right now?
Kind of, sort of. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a white box.
Right there.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Right there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when I come on, it should be focused on me now, right?
Keep going back a bit. You're
Oh, I'm on. Does it see me? It should actually automatically focus on me.
It does. It did for when you were closer up.
Oh, when I was closer to her?
Yes.
Okay, it's hard to see when you're backwards, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, like, I think I was further back yesterday, so you can see the whole scene. But as soon as I jump in the frame, because I'm registered, it would just stay on me. So you can actually select like who you want to focus on. So if I put on her, even if I block her or I'm in front of her, it would still be able to. Let me just check this quickly because I can't see what I'm doing. Let me just do this. Oh, because it's too tight. That's why, right? Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. It's hard to see what you're doing, and normally we don't demonstrate it this tight because. So all those AI features I talked about is also be able to track in video as well. So that subject recognition, that human recognition, that will work in video. You'll be able to track animals and birds in video as well. So all those AI features will be able to work on video as well. Yeah.
Excellent.
How was that? Anything else you want to 8K video?
I'm fantastic. I loved it.
Do you want me to talk about the 8K and all the video features? Or?
You don't have to. They put the whole crowd here. They love you. You want to hear about the video features?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. When you have your entire face covered, it's still be able to track your face and eye and know that it's human, right? So if we go look on here, yep. Sarah, can you do me a favor? Would you be able to like cover your face with your hands? Yeah. So no, don't cover it yet. Okay, and then cover it now. So you'll still be able to tell that she's human. Okay, and uncover. Can you cover just like this part except for just one eye? So if I get it, and then if you expose just one eye, you see immediately it jumps right to her, right? So for most of your cameras, if you cover the nose or the mouth, which these days a lot of people are still covered, right? It'll be hard for you to track. But see here, as soon as the one eye pops up, because his nose is a human that you... Yeah. Can you do some turns for us? And you can see exactly on the screen here. See, she's completely sideways here. You can barely even see any of her features. It's still tracking her eye, right? Yeah, you want to turn a little bit more away from us and then towards us, and we'll see exactly when it jumps back. So if you turn away from us and turn slowly towards us, you can see exactly when it comes back. You see that? Yeah, pretty crazy, eh? Yeah, so if you're doing sports, like I was telling these guys, if you're shooting football, for example, where sometimes you have the entire face covered. Yeah, exactly. Like when the the challenges for face detection and all the other cameras on the market right now, if you're looking down, if you're backlit, or you can't see most of the face, you wouldn't be able to do face and eye detection, right? With this camera, because we can see the human pose, we can tell it's a human, we can see where the arms, the shoulders, the elbows, the knees are. Yeah, we know where the head should be. So even when we don't see the head, we'll still focus in that area, right? Yeah, and you see like when she covered her face, it's still focused in that area. As soon as just her eyelashes popped out, it jumped right to it, right? Yeah, because we know. Yep, this is the R5. Yeah. Yeah, you see, like, oh, stay right there. Stay right there. A little bit more. Yeah, stay. Stop. Stop. A little bit more away from me. Okay, stop. You see? You see that? If everybody see the eye detection there, I don't think anybody's camera right now will be able to detect the eye in this pose, right? Did you see this? Yeah. She's like, I barely can see her eye myself, and it's still tracking just the tip of it on the screen, right? Thanks, Sarah. Yeah. I just told you all about the photo features about this camera, but this A7R5 is still fully featured video camera as well. We'll be able to record a video up to 8K 24p, right? 4K 60. You'll have all your features we have in all of your other cameras, like S-Log3, S-Cine Gamma, S-Cinetone is in this camera as well. You'll be able to shoot 10-bit 422 out of it, 16-bit raw output. So it's as much a video beast as it is a photo beast. Okay, I think we've given him enough. Thanks, brother.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Both actually. We just talked about that.
Hybrid shooter.
Yeah. So like,
Okay.
yeah, because you know what? The R4, for example, is more focused on the video, photo side, allowed you to have some video. But now with the new A7R5, we have the new dual Beyond XR processor. Yeah, it's a dual front LSI, right? Actually, it has 3 processors, but it has two of them for imaging quality, so for video and photo, and then one of them strictly for AI. Yeah, do you guys know? So AI is pretty ubiquitous term right now, but because it's pretty broad, you can call most things AI, right? If it's some process power, but beyond AI, we've this camera also includes machine learning and deep learning. Do you guys know what that means? Or anybody want me to tell you what it is? No? Okay. Yeah. So basically, we've taught it a whole bunch of things, and it's able to extrapolate what it sees. Yeah, simple things. So it'd be able to tell that, hey, am I looking at a human? Am I looking at a animal? What type of animal? Like even something like a horse. A horse was really difficult because, the eyes are on the side. So if you're shooting straight on, how does it know? If you're shooting a dog and a dog is backwards, it'll still be able to know I'm looking at a dog, and they'll still be able to take a picture of it. That was a challenge before with the first generation, but this is exponentially more powerful than tracking systems in the past.
I'm gonna touch it now.
Yeah.
That's all I was waiting
And
for.
let me take my card out, and you can put your card in.
Oh yeah, I was waiting. You mind if I put